It starts before the money, before the charts, before the first trade. It starts with a promise. The moment you hold your future in your hands, everything changes. Money stops being a luxury, it becomes a mission. You come from an ordinary home, nothing flashy, nothing guaranteed, just pressure, responsibility, and a reason to want more. Some kids played games. You studied patterns. While they saw coins and toys, you saw order, movement, opportunity. You learned fast. Numbers made sense. Discipline made sense. Winning quietly became part of who you were. Every small success fed the same dangerous thought. Maybe you were built for more than an average life. Then came the nights that changed everything. The screens, the pressure, the obsession. It never happened all at once. There was no instant transformation, no perfect moment where everything suddenly made sense. Just another night, another chart, another decision. At first, the wins were small, almost forgettable, but that was the difference. They kept coming. Not because he was lucky, because he was learning. He stopped chasing excitement, stopped reacting to every green candle like it meant something bigger than it did. The thrill faded. The discipline stayed. While other people slept, he built routines no one ever saw. Journals filled with mistakes, rules written by hand, hours of staring, studying, waiting, passing on bad trades, taking the good ones, and doing it again the next night. Slowly, the room began to change. A better screen, a cleaner desk, a sharper process. Not to impress anyone, not to look successful, but because the work was starting to become real. And when the balance crossed 5 figures for the first time, he didn't celebrate like a kid who got lucky. He just stared at the screen, because deep down, he knew what that number really meant. It meant this was possible. From that moment on, the city looked different. The mornings felt different. The way he walked, the way he dressed, the way he carried himself. Still controlled, still quiet, but different. He wasn't trading for excitement anymore. He was building a life through precision. Then the system got stronger. The decisions got cleaner. The losses hurt less. The wins got heavier. A better place, a wider view, a version of himself that looked more focused, more polished, more dangerous. Then came 6 figures. And with 6 figures came something far more powerful than happiness. Calm. A dangerous calm. Because once you realize you can make that kind of money, your mind starts changing shape. You stop hoping. You start expecting. And one night, in complete silence, after all the hours, all the pressure, all the repetition, the screen showed the number that separated his old life from everything that came after. $1 million. No noise, no cheering, no victory speech, just a screen, a breath, and the quiet beginning of a new kind of ambition. He thought success would feel like safety, that once he reached the top, the fear would disappear and the pressure would finally make sense. But success did not make him feel safe. It made him feel different, sharper, smarter, untouchable. And that was the beginning of the end. The rules that built him started to feel too small for the man he believed he had become. Discipline turned into certainty. Certainty turned into ego. And ego always wants one thing more. More size, more risk, more control. At first, the losses looked temporary. Just a setback, just a bad stretch, just another storm he could trade through. But the market does not care who you were yesterday. It does not care how much you made, how hard you worked, or how badly you need to win it back. And slowly, without even realizing it, he stopped trading the market. He started trading his pride, his anger, his refusal to be wrong. Every click got heavier. Every candle felt personal. Every loss became an insult he needed to erase. That is how collapse really happens. Not in one trade, not in 1 second, but in a chain of decisions made by the version of you that success quietly poisoned. By the time the screens went red, the real damage had already been done. His patience was gone. His discipline was gone. And the man who built the fortune was disappearing in real time. When it was finally over, there was no dramatic ending. No speech, no victory, no redemption waiting in the silence. Just a room full of dead screens, a city that kept moving without him, and a man who had once reached everything he dreamed of, only to realize he had lost himself trying to keep it. In the end, The cruelest part was never the money. The cruelest part was becoming a stranger to the person who earned it.